I was telling my brother this. I said Marty Supreme did a great job with marketing, like in the sense of like Timmy was doing rap videos. He was doing all this other shit. I didn't watch the movie. Sinners, and maybe this is just me, so I'm curious your take. Sinners felt like I had to watch the movie. Sinners felt like it infiltrated culture.
Well, that's because it's black people. Like everybody was hyping it up.
That's what I mean.
Like,
So like,
oh, it's a vampire movie.
Marty
Like,
Supreme didn't feel like it infiltrated culture in a way for me to have to go watch it. So Marty Supreme, the way the marketing felt was, yo, did you see Timmy in this rap video? Yo, did you see Timmy on this Drewski video?
It's like, what is it for? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It was just funny. Okay, bad. Like, let's watch this. And so I watched those, but nothing compelled me to actually go watch Marty Supreme. Now, Sinners, it was, yo, did you see that one scene in the movie? Yo, the music is hitting like that one guy, the young kid that was singing.
Okay, yeah.
So I live
Sammy.
like it's the last.
You know what's funny?
That song everywhere.
I actually don't like his singing.
It's a hit or miss. I think that's fair.
It's
I think it's fair.
No, it's a
Jivion, you know.
Whoa,
they have a very similar
don't disrespect Giveon.
They
like
have
that
a very similar.
Take it back. You had a glazed hove and a Giveon like that.
Yeah, they have a very similar vocal.
So
like
Giveon is a hit and miss like this nigga.
Matter of fact, you're talking all this shit. Who is that kid Sammy on tour with?
I don't fucking know.
Her.
Okay, he's ass.
She sees the talent in him.
And she's seeing ass. I don't know what she's seeing in this nigga. It's ass.
Yeah, you're a hater.
And you compare him to Giveon?
I will say, I just think, no, feel how you feel. That song transcended the movie.
Like, he's not even speaking
So
English.
dumb.
I feel like his words are like, I'm singing in the song. Like, nigga, you're 23.
I think that song transcended just the movie. It became a cultural thing. And TikTok, yeah. It became a trend. People started putting that song over like videos of like them being young, but videos with their loved ones. And then like the whole trend of like somebody that died coming back as a vampire and them needing to get invited in. That became a trend on TikTok too, where it was like, oh, when my dead aunt or something, my dead mother comes and knocking and says, I need to invite her in. And everybody's like, it became a meme of like, yeah, I'm inviting these people in. Who would you invite in? You know? And I think it transcended just like the movie, and it became a part of culture. I started hearing about the scenes. I started seeing trends. I started hearing the music everywhere. I said, yo, I have to watch Sinners.
But there was the thing is, it was marketed as a horror movie.
Yeah.
So that's when like people were like, oh, horror movie.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, it's
the first like half an hour was horror.
and you know, I will say the build up had you guessing. So like you didn't really know what happened. So you thought it was a horror movie. You couldn't tell if it was like demons. You couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. And I felt like they used that and the surprise of it being vampires, and it helped it out tremendously.
I heard multiple different things here, but one horror is like what? Horror is apparently like it's a genre that you can get a little bit more like, I don't know if it's backing or leeway with. So especially recently, it's like
there's so much that horror is,
and there's so much not happening in that category that it's like when you drop, it's like you can win all these things, or you can get all these accolades, because it really doesn't take much right now for horror to like succeed. So that's why you saw like a bunch of different movies coming out under the horror category, and they only had like, it's really just a thriller.
Yeah.
And then another critique I heard about Sinners was somebody saying Sinners felt like the beginning was a horror movie, then they started introducing vampires, and then they forgot all about that and went through the second act, and then the third act goes, oh shit, we're a vampire movie. Throw them back in. and I could see that, but it was fun. I genuinely think Sinners transcended. It was a cultural moment.
You know, Pixar, how are we talking about that? Sinners is like that for me. I'm not watching Sinners and I'm like, oh, this plot was
really,
like, it was nice in the beginning and it's exciting, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, damn, why didn't they link the vampires from the 300 year, like, all they got to do is like, he's really old. And I'm like, oh shit, he is really old. I'm like, oh damn. And it's like, oh, they're fighting in the church. Oh shit. Like, I'm not looking at it any deeper than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Once I saw niggas twerking,
you
lost me.
So this one is the one we're going to get a lot of hate.
No, that's not hate.
No. I'm saying we're gonna get a lot of hate for it.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
Twerking.
That's the scene that I kept hearing about.
It
was
fit the
prior. Let me just set the scene. Prior to me watching Sinners, one of the main reasons I knew I had to go watch it is because everybody that I love in like film and stuff was saying, and even just in like culture, they were talking about it. And they're like, this one scene is the best scene I've ever seen in cinema.
They can't be talking about that scene.
Oh shit.
They can't be talking.
And then I heard another person talking. They're like, this one scene really makes you like feel everything. And it really like transcends like just everything. And I was like, oh wow, like Ryan Coogler really did his thing.
He did his thing.
And then one other person, and this is just people I've actually spoken to outside of media that I kept hearing about. Twitter went crazy. This one scene, somebody else goes, yo, I really think he deserves an Oscar just for that one scene. And I was like, all right, bro, you sold me. So I go. And somebody like one of the people that mentioned that, I was like, how do I know when the scene is or when it happened? And he goes, you'll know. I was like, all right, I'm there. Like, I'm here for it. Oh, I knew. In my opinion, as a Hispanic male born and raised in America,
yeah,
I saw this, born and raised in New Jersey more than anything. Let's emphasize that because I think there's so much at play here. I saw that scene and that was the one time that actually I felt like I was disconnected from the movie. I was like, all right, what's going on here? Like, I laughed. I genuinely laughed because I was like, bro, what is this bullshit? Like, what are we doing here? Now, the reason I mentioned I'm a Hispanic male born and raised in New Jersey.
I want to go to America.
You're so dumb. Somebody, one of the like people that I really fuck with was telling me, and I appreciate him taking this approach with me because I said it to him and he goes, with all due respect, that it wasn't for you. He goes, this is for, people that like you can track your lineage back. And that's why there's certain things going on. Like he was saying, like, I think his mom's mom or some shit like that came from slavery or something. And he's like, when they started tracking it, they found like certain lineage and tribes and stuff that they were tracking back to. And when you start diving deeper into that culture, you see some of that reflected in that scene. You see the evolution of what some people would call like black sound and like black music evolving throughout culture and time and transcending even just the moment.
You see right there, I was fucking with it. And then he said evolving and transcend. Get the fuck out. Fuck whatever the fuck that nigga was talking about. The whole slavery thing and all that makes sense. I'm like, okay. I see what you're saying. And then you're tracking it back to Africa. Okay. I'm fucking with you. Like just chronologically within the movie.
I can follow you.
I'm following you.
Yeah.
Once you start getting disc jockeys and twerking,
nigga,
come on now.
I think that was to play on like, this is what sound is. This is the evolution of music.
You could have done that and stopped it at the time period they were in. There was no reason.
It goes beyond that to like the influence of black culture. And I think that
you could do all of that and not include any of the shit from the future.
The more future it gets, the more influence
they might as well throw culture has. Throw in Jay-Z. Why didn't you throw Jay-Z in that shit?
I mean, for real, I think that's what it was. And like me,
and that was ass.
And like we were talking about it, and he was like, "It wasn't for you. You get me? It was for people that like actually see themselves reflected in here."
Listen, ready?
And I was like, you know what? That's a very fair point. I knew people from like that were raised in the West Coast that were like, oh, there were certain things that he put in there that it's like, if you know type of ordeal. And I'm like, oh, fire, cool. I think I can accept one moment wasn't for me. And this one was more for, like an actual type crowd. And I can sit back and be like, you know what? Yeah, I have that moment. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the film. Like I can accept and understand that the reason I don't think that scene hit me as hard is because there's a disconnect there.
No, I respect that take. You're doing the PR and you're like, I care about you're having an opportunity to say
I never said I care. I would have done it without the scene. No. I would have enjoyed without it.
You're saying, I get like, you don't have to pretend to be the good guy. I get it. I get it. Or make it seem like I understand. You just want to respect people's like
no. I don't even mean it like that.
Like that.
I mean it like so. Like there's certain scenes in Coco.
No. Yeah, that I'm not gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean. Get it. But that's why I'm saying like I'm not saying it to like defend or anything. I could have done without the scene. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I could have done without the scene, but I also can watch a movie and be like, you know what, I'll give you this one scene. Like if the whole movie was that, then I would have complained.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm complaining because I didn't like the scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's a fair point.
Fuck the West Coast.
But I think also if
East Coast for life. But fuck the West Coast and fuck all that shit they talking about. Why was there bitches twerking? But in a slavery movie,
I think,
or a Jim Crow era movie with fucking.
I think if we're gonna have the debate of whether it's a good scene or not, context does matter, and your who your target audience is matters as well. That's the only reason I mentioned it.
Michael Jackson in that bitch.
Yeah, you're right. If we're just looking at it from the broad standpoint of movie, I agree. I didn't like the scene.
What the fuck was that?
If we're looking at it from like a deeper layer, which
I'm looking at it at a deeper layer, and it's still ass.
But I'm saying it's fair to make the point of you just didn't get it. I think.
No. But it's not about. That's the thing. Like,
but I'm just saying. I think it's a fair argument for somebody to say.
There's not much to get.
Nah, that's not fair.
If I saw Coco and they were spinning tortillas and they're like, oh my god, where I'm from, this is why we did it. I would sit there, even though I didn't know what it was. I'd probably assume that's probably something they do in their. But culture, I'm saying
I just broke it down into what the layers are.
No, I know, but it's not like this like mythical. I feel like they're talking. It's like, no, you're not getting it. You gotta really do the knowledge. You gotta sit there and do the research. I think
there was part of it that was intentional.
That's straight up retarded.
You don't think that the chicks twerking was intentional with like?
Do you think
his messaging?
Hold on. First off, do you think any of those people you talk to even know where twerking came from? Historically, canonically,
I think probably like one does, but that speaks more to the people I like to surround myself around.
Oh, you surround yourself with bitches, huh?
No, what? These are dudes. I'm just saying.
Oh, so you're nowhere near that twerk?
What? I'm talking about people that like to be informed. That's what I mean. So like you, I come to you with certain topics because I know you're gonna be more informed about certain things. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when you're saying like. Do these people? Probably because I surround myself around people that do. But the average for Joe, you're right. You're right.
This whole deeper than this and deeper than that, man, it's fucking retarded. Because the thing is, they're borrowing. The thing is, it would be different if they're borrowing from one subgenre of blackness. But they're going to the Caribbean. They're going to fucking Africa. They're going to hip hop. These are fucking 3 different diasporas within. It's just that we're all black. But they're not the same thing.
Is it fair? Is it fair for me to say that the way I hear what you're framing it is they're trying to use deepness as a way to excuse a bad scene?
Yeah.
Okay. I think, and that's a fair take too. I think that's a
fucking
fair
West Coast but what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, I when I saw the scene, if I genuinely was disconnected and I laughed,
with
and I was like,
with that guy saying like, oh, you just don't understand.
He didn't say you don't understand. He just said you're not connecting to it.
You're not connecting to it.
It's true. I don't relate to this scene. I don't connect to it. There's certain times where we're not going to relate and connect to certain things. And I can sit there and be like, you know what? That's fine. Like, that's cool.
The thing is, I could watch another scene and it could be a different culture. I could connect to being like, you know what? I can relate because there's probably something that I've done in my culture that's something like that.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with future space niggas. Disc jockeying and bitches twerking. And it's not like they changed the whole song and the whole scene. Like the song evolves into this just craziness, this mumbo jumbo of bullshit.
That shit was kind of fire.
It was kind of fire until they started doing the fucking future. Everything. Listen, my only problem with this was I hate when movies do this. They try so hard and they do such a good job at setting a scene and a timeline and like a time frame that envelops you in the era they're in. Like you felt like you were in Jim Crow time. That was the whole fucking setting. They're dressed that way. They talk that way. Yep. You see the fucking racism. They're showing all the shit that happened. And then you go do some dumb shit by putting bitches twerking in the 21st fucking century with fucking Hove playing in the background. So like take that shit the fuck off.
I get your point.
You know the Elvis movie? It did the same thing.
Oh, did it?
So the Elvis movie played mostly like the era of the music, but then there would be like a Doja Cat soundtrack, fucking Rick Ross in the background. And it'd be like a montage. And it's like, why are you just everything, all the world building, the set design, the people that made all the you just did all that and threw it in the fucking garbage.
It takes you out. Yeah, I can see that point, and I actually agree with you, and that's why I'm like, but that's why I took the
Connecting on a deeper
I took the L on that stance of like this was a trash scene, because there are certain scenes that it's like or certain moments in like a movie or something that sometimes it's like The Godfather. There's certain scenes that I don't relate to that I'm like, yo, that kind of felt like a waste of time. And then you might have an Italian come in or something and go like, nah, you just don't understand. Like the reason we do that always when we see our elders or something like that. Some shit like that. So I can take an L on a scene. I think if the whole movie constantly did some shit like that, I would have been more like,
the movie isn't bad.
Oof. Yeah.
But if we talking about if the scene,
that scene was not the best scene ever.
It was deep and it was this.
Motherfuckers were like, this was the best cinematic masterpiece of all time.
It was a miss.
It missed with me as well.
It was a big miss.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thing is. I can understand exactly what everything that they're saying. It's not that I didn't get it. It's not it was like, oh, culturally, I didn't understand. I understood where it came from. I just didn't give a fuck.
I
did not care.
Yeah.
At least in this context.
No, I agree.
So I agree with the whole, we want to connect. And
I agree with you.
You gotta know the knowledge and West Coast this and that shit was ass. And
I agree with you wholeheartedly on it genuinely felt like it disconnected me. It was the one time in the movie that I was like,
I sat there and I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, and then the whole fucking house burns down, the whole barn. And
that
then
scene was cool.
It
was shot well.
I think you could have done that
and not without any of that other shit.
Motherfuckers were playing dice on the floor and shit. And again, I get it if you're trying to like, if you know. I can get the
I don't get it.
No, but all I'm saying is I can understand the artistic intention. I can understand the intention. The intention doesn't qualify the scene to me, while it does to other people, sure. But like this is the one time that I'll take the L and be like, yeah, sure, I'm disconnected. I don't know. It was ass to me.
I'm not taking
it didn't work.
any L. That shit was ass. It was ass.